Morning guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on the budget build St170 turbo van conversion we're doing. In today's video we're doing something funny. Well, to us it's funny, you might not find it funny, you might think it's crazy, but it's funny to us. I got the bits that I needed to set my new welder up and we got bad news, which is not good. Set my welder up when I got the gas pipe that I needed because the one supplied was rubbish, and I tried to weld a bit of 3mm stainless pipe. I put some stainless wire in it and it weren't having none of it. This is my brand new GYS welder. It is horrendous. So I got my old welder back out, connected the gas pipe, because it's all on that trolley, but run the gas pipe to the gas bottle. And there's my SIP welder. That was on power 2 and it had plenty of penetration. This was on full power. I could not get it to weld on full power, and you can see my penetration there on power 2 on my SIP welder. And this is a bit of old scrap that I was just practicing on, and it's worlds apart from that. So there is something wrong. I'm waiting for the GYS rep to get back to me, but you can see total difference from my SIP welder versus that welder. I'm not being funny, it shouldn't be like that. My spotter is brilliant, that's made by GYS, they're supposed to be good, really good reviews on that one, Easy MIG 160 XL. And it can't even weld a bit of 3mm tube. Yet I put that on power 2 and got a perfect weld, perfect amount of penetration. You know I'm not no pro welder, but I mean, come on, that's more than adequate for anybody's kind of welding. So well, if they can't sort that and get that welding, that's going back. Oh, I treated myself today when I was at the welding shop to a Weld Vision, I don't know what it's called, a proper welding helmet. This one has got a much better lens. My other one is a cheap Chinese one. It's like a 20 quid one, and in all honesty it's not that great. I know that's not a pucker welding helmet, but that's like a 80 quid one, and in my terms that's a hell of a lot better of a lens. It's really good to look at. But yeah, that's enough of that. So we've got one crap welder, we've got one really good welder. What we are actually doing today is making an inlet. As you can see, not your conventional inlet. This is made from a real fire extinguisher. We're using the, Dave, that is off the ST, innit? The inlet, yeah. That's the bit, yeah. So this is off of the ST. This splits in two halves and has 2 rubber pipes, and that's what we're using for our inlet. I know loads of you are going to go mad. Trust me, it will work fine. Our friend Stephen done this on a Corsa that he's got that's running 500 brake with an inlet the same as that. And I know loads of you are going to go, listen. You've got a rubbish box inlet there that made 300 brake. On Dave's Fiesta, we've done the Z-Tech turbo build on that. Square box inlet that made 340 or something brake, I can't remember, but we stopped because of the clutch, not because of the car or the inlet. And we are making this from a fire extinguisher because we're doing a budget build and we're on a budget. We don't want to spend 500 quid on an inlet. And that's funny. It's going to look cool in the engine bay. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, we are copying our mate Steve because it is a wicked idea and it will work. Right, we're not really sure. We're probably going to settle for this inlet here, throttle body, sorry, to go in the inlet. We've got some other ones, we're not too sure. We're making a plate up. I've just got to weld this nut as well, because that, Dave, can you just show them how that's going to go? I can't do both on our camera. So this, basically, we've got our captive nuts. That's going to go in the end of the fire extinguisher, and we'll weld that to that, obviously, and then captive nuts to stay on. Just going to weld this nut back on now, and then that's that bit done. But we can't weld it to the fire extinguisher today, so we need to offer it up, see what angle it's got to be fixed at. But yeah, and a hole cut for the size of that. So what we're going to do, we are welding these today. I'm going to try and film some of that. I'm going to go and weld that, hand Dave the camera, see if he can film. I know that there's not much you can look at when I'm welding, but weren't going to make a video, but I thought you guys need to see this. It's funny. So let's crack on with it. See you in a moment. Come off. Right, going to tack the inlet now, make sure they all stay in position, and then I'll start running some welds around there. If you're new to welding, I mean I'm new to welding anyway, I've learned quite a lot though. You can't just blast all the way around because you're going to distort and warp things, and you don't want to do that. So little sections at a time, move away, another section at a time, move away. Come back on yourself, let it cool down, and so on and so forth. So, contrary to my belief of how I thought you just put it on and went, bah! That's not actually the correct way to do it, because you'll warp all the material, especially with car body work. So I'm going to set you up on a little bit of time lapse, get these tacked up, start welding some of these for this inlet, and yeah, we'll crack on. See you in a moment. There we go, guys. She's pretty, but she's on there. Little bracket that we're going to use to go on the inlet and hold the inlet up. What we've done is we double checked inside. I know you've seen me weld that and re-weld this. So basically I got Dave to grind off some of the welds. We was checking inside for penetration. We want to just make double sure, so we ground down these bottom ones a bit more and run another bead around them, made sure it's fully penetrated. It's not strength, obviously this is going to hold air pressure, so we want to make sure that all of the holes, every single thing is covered up so it doesn't leak air basically. They'll never come off, don't get me wrong, they're welded on proper, but it's just so they don't leak air. This fire extinguisher, I can't remember where it said it, but basically it holds 2,500 odd PSI of pressure is what that's designed to hold, and a bar of boost is 14.8 PSI, so we're not even going to go anywhere near the pressure that can actually hold. So yeah, when you're running an unopened turbo and we're not using a decompression plate or anything like that, we're just turboing it, we're probably going to push it up to a bar of boost, say, give or take. So yeah, that's that done, that's that welded. I will work out what else we're doing and give you an update in a moment. Right, what we have decided to do is we're keeping this valve, so obviously without a pin in, you press it, it's going to actually open, so we don't want it to open, so we're going to weld the pin in so the pin can't come out, if that makes sense. So we're going to do that, give that a little tack, and obviously we don't want that rattling around in the engine bay, so I'm going to weld the pin and then we're going to weld the lever to itself, so it's just fixed, and then when it's in the bay, this bracket is going to go to the bottom half of the manifold. We're going to have silicone hoses connecting to that part of the manifold over there, and this will be a support and bolt on through one of them bolt holes. So this will all be sturdy and solid. We're going to stop this rattling. Let me get this welded up now, and I'll see you in a moment. There we go, guys, that's that tacked on, that's the pin done. I know you can't see much because Dave just got weld splatter on the lens, so I'll have to sort that out. Yeah, little tack on there, so that handle going nowhere now, it's all in, the pin's in, and that is that. That will be held on to that with silicone tubes, and that is it for us today. That's about all we can do. We've got to order a hole cutter so we can sort out the, whatchamacallit, throttle body, and yeah, that is us. So I hope you enjoyed that today. I thought I'd show you the fire extinguisher. I weren't going to do a video like I said, so it's a bit of a bonus video, and now I need to replace my lens because it's got a burn mark on it. But yeah, as always, a massive thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel and you're not already subscribed, hit that button, and we'll see you very soon on the next one. Stay safe and be lucky.